Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Hey guys, how's it going? Good evening. Welcome to session 7 of Fasting Roll Call. Today is Sunday, November 8th. I'm just mimicking what I do on my other stream. Anyway, how's it going, guys? Good evening. I have a lot to talk about, and I know I've been kind of MIA, and it's because I've been struggling a bit. I know you guys saw my last video where I talked about, just having trouble in general because of my mindset and like where my mind's been and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to get into that today. It's hard for me to talk about. It's not something that's easy to talk about. It's not something that's easy to discuss. Even though I've been able to fast consistently, I've been having a really difficult time with just balancing everything out. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. And I'm still trying to figure that out, but I think what I need to do, well, we're going to talk about it. So before we get started, let me just say hi. It looks like the chat is manageable for now. So I'll say hi to people in here. Andrew Turner, I ended up doing 120 hours fasted. Congrats. Now I'm into 74 hours fasted. I had to have a refeed at 120, low on energy with my boxing training. Well, congrats. I'm glad you've been posting and keeping us up to date. So I'm glad to see that. Welcome, Andrew. Welcome. Quiet Chaos. Let's do a 7-day fasting challenge. I don't know if I'd be up for 7 days, but I'd be with you guys fasting like whatever interval. So, anyway, hi, Quiet Chaos. Welcome. A Castro. Hi. I need to get back on track. I blamed the election. So that's the one thing I've been talking about too. There's just been a lot going on. And like, I don't want to use that kind of stuff as an excuse. And I think a lot of us use food to do that kind of excuse, escape, relieve stress kind of deal. And I want to figure this out, not only for me, but for everybody else, and a way for us to just really figure all of this out. I think I just repeated myself. Just an FYI, a lot of this today wasn't completely like planned out, but I want to talk and discuss like what's going on, for people that are new, or if you're just stopping by and you're not used to seeing this. Fasting Roll Call is a place where we talk about pretty much where we're at in our fasting regimen, whether you are thinking about starting a fast, or you're in the middle of one right now, or you're thinking about doing something super extended. This is the place to talk about it. This is the place to talk about our ups and downs. This is a safe space. This is what I want this to be. This is what I always intended it to be for these live streams. It's a place where we can show our accountability, and also a place where we can help motivate, inspire, and encourage. It's also a place for chat to talk about like what's going on, right? And to see where you're at, maybe find an accountability partner and try to progress on your fasting journey, your weight loss journey, which is something that I've been trying to do for quite some time. What is it today? The 8th? I'm going to be rounding 14 months. But anyway, that's pretty much what this is. So let me see here. Ingrid, hi Ingrid. How's it going? Nice to see you. Lynn Hunter, nice to see you as well. Welcome. Dee Dee, hello. Hi Dee Dee. Welcome. Kevin, hey all. Hope everyone is starving. I'm not starving exactly, but I think a lot of us could eat, right? But we're going to talk about food today, and I don't know. Hopefully that's not going to be a trigger. If it is a trigger, maybe this is a place where we can like figure out how to fix a lot of these things. Autumn, hi Autumn. I had a brother pass away on September 4th and a sister diagnosed with COVID last week. She's doing pretty good. I've been eating my stress. Trust me, I know how that goes. I'm very sorry to hear about your brother's passing. And hopefully Well, it's good to hear that your sister's doing well. So nice to see you, Autumn. I know it's a very weird segue to like, but hopefully everything's doing well. I hear you though on the stress eating, and again, we're going to talk about that today. Sandy Shores, good evening. Yeah, great weather here in Chicago. Actually, Sun Moon, hi. Greetings and good evening. How's it going, Sun Moon? Miraless, good evening, all. Nice to see you. Nice to see a lot of you here. Shelly, hey everyone. Hi, Shelly. Ferdinand is losing it. How's it going, Ferdinand? Nice to see you. Debbie's in here as well. Welcome, welcome. Janaya, hello. Kids' school closed back down, and the stress always throws me off my game. Yeah. So 84 hours into a 90. You're back on 90s, Kevin? Oh, are you doing alternating 65s and 90s? Is that what you're doing? I can't remember. Jayling Chan, hello, Fasting Fam. Yes, and hi, Fasting Fam. Nice to see everyone. Osra, Contramite. Welcome. Anyway, nice to see everybody. I can't get through all the chat here, but I will try to like come back and forth and try to go through it when I can. So I don't really, sorry, I'm like making sure my phone is where it needs to be here. Okay. So what I want to talk about today is, and again, I didn't plan this out properly because there's just been a lot going on, but let's get started. Let's talk about, actually, today I used an image that I found when it came to emotional eating, and I wanted to talk about that and kind of like discuss, maybe kind of go through this and talk about it. And for anybody that's having these issues, because it's something that I've been having a hard time with lately. So here's the deal. I hit my lowest about 10 days ago at 126.2 pounds. That made me lose 93 point whatever, or 93.6 or something. And then Halloween happened. I refed on Halloween. I overate. I didn't feel good about how I overate. And then I gained a ton of weight on my refeed. And I didn't feel good because I didn't eat what I normally did. And for the longest time, I thought, well, once I start fasting again, I'm going to be fine. But there was something else going on. Something else in my head that just didn't put me in the right place I needed to be. So what ended up happening is on my next 65-hour fast, I refed, right? I did the fast fine, but I didn't count calories, which isn't something I really don't care about though. You know, like I count calories for transparency, but I overate. I did emotionally eat. Even though I did it in my fasting window, I emotionally ate. I know I ate more than I should have, and it showed on the scale. And then the other day I had my refeed, and it was a little more stable, but it was the same thing. So the last 3 refeeds for me, I have been overeating, kind of mindless eating. Do you know what I'm saying? Where you kind of eat, you don't think about it. You're not being cognizant of what you're putting inside you. And that's something that I haven't done in quite some time. The last time I did anything like that was back during like my harder days with COVID. And then the last 3 refeeds have been kind of mindless eating with very long eating windows, around like 6-7 hours, something like that. And so that is why today I'm here to nip a lot of this in the bud. I'm here to nip this. I have been feeling very down and very down on myself. And like I said, my weight, it was at 126. And then after these refeeds, it just kept going up. It's like, because I'm overeating or I'm just holding water or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Right now, like I'm around 135, 136. So I'm like almost over 10 pounds where I'm at. And I know that's not the true weight. I know a lot of it is probably bloat and water and whatever, but I know that I haven't been doing everything I needed to be doing. And so today I'm saying this with everybody here. I need to make myself accountable, because it's not only about me, it's everyone in here who's trying to get healthier, trying to do the right things to further where they're going. in their fasting journey, in their weight loss journey, in their health journey, because a lot of this is about being healthy, right? I've been able to reverse my high blood sugar, my high blood pressure, and now I want to take the time to get to my goals and not lose focus of what I've been doing for almost 14 months. I cannot lose focus, and I feel like I haven't been on the top of my game in the last week. So I'm sorry, let me put this on silent. So what's going to happen now is, for anyone that's in here who's watching, if you need some motivation, I am here to be your motivation. I am here to motivate myself as well. I need to get back on the ball. Let's do it. Are you with me? I feel like a coach. Well, you know what I mean. Let's do this. Like I need to be accountable. I need to start what I finished. I need to finish what I started. Sorry. I see a couple super chats in here, so let me get through that really quick. Kevin with a $5 super chat. Kevin, thank you so much. As always, Kevin with the super chat, with the support. Thank you for supporting, Kevin. Autumn Joy, sad news, but we're here for you. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for saying that. That's so nice of you to say. Again, for people who are in here, this is a safe space for a lot of this. A lot of us struggle when it comes to our weight loss journey, our health journey, and whether you're fasting or, just trying to eat healthy, a combination of the two, exercise, have the mentality for it. This is a place for it. This is a place to discuss, see how we're doing. And I'm so thankful for this community that's here that can talk about this and do what we're doing to move forward. Kevin, thank you again so much. Asra, Contramate, please let me know. You probably did. And also, for anyone that comments in here, please know that I do read all of the comments. I do go through, when the replay comes, I go through all of the chat. So please do know I will read through a lot of this. I've had a lot of videos that I haven't been able to respond to comments and everything. And if you don't know why, please watch my last video that explains where I've been lately, where my head's been at. But like, even just sitting here now, it just feels so good to have that motivation to kind of like really push forward and do what I need to do. Asra, though, with the $9.90 or with the $10 super sticker, what is that super sticker? I haven't. Thank you. Well, thank you, Asra. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. For all of you who have been supporting for ever since I started doing this, and even before, just being in the chat and commenting, it's so appreciated. It's so appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, Autumn. Oh my guys. Autumn with a $50 super chat. Autumn, thank you so much. You guys, I don't even know how to respond to super chats like these. Autumn, you didn't even say anything in your super chat. Autumn, thank you. Thank you so much for the generous super chat. For people who watch the intros and outros, I do add you into the super chatters, the donators. I have a whole list of that. So Autumn, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the generous donation. Thank you. Guys, Aaron Morgan with a $10 super chat as well. Jerome, you're the man. You single-handedly got me to lose 12 kilograms so far. My son will be born in 3 weeks, and this journey is for him. Thanks for all this awesome content. Aaron, first of all, thank you so much for the support as well. Autumn, I just, with such a huge super chat, I just don't know how else to say thank you. But Autumn, thank you again for always being here and supporting. But Aaron, I love that you say this. First of all, congrats on your weight loss. And then also best to you for continued weight loss and continued success in your journey to get healthier. The one thing that I sometimes forget about, like you talk about your son, and please let us know. Keep us posted, Aaron. Let us know how everything's going with your partner, and let us know and let us keep us posted on your journey. You're very welcome for the content, but I do want to add on to Aaron's I do want to add on to Aaron's comment. There is Sometimes when we think of motivation, we just think of ourselves, right? We think about, I'm going to look so good wearing this. I'm going to whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then later on, you kind of like think of the whole scope of it. And then you think about your health and fixing your health and being better and feeling good about yourself and not worrying about getting sick from like, when it comes to issues with being overweight or obese or what have you. But when Aaron talks about his son, right? I think about that as well. To be able to, like, I don't have children, but I think about like my mom who always worries about my health. She's been like that forever. My mom's a registered nurse. She has been for 35 plus years, maybe almost 40 years. It's been a while, a long time. And she's always been worried about my health. And to now have her not really feel that way. I mean, my mom is my mom and she's always going to worry about things, but it's like one less thing that she doesn't have to like think about, right? Because she knows that at least for the longest time now, or the longest time for me, I mean, over a year staying consistent, it's one less thing that she has to worry about. And you want to be healthy, not only for yourself, but for your children or your family or your friends. You should also think about how that's going to affect other people. And I'm not saying that in a selfish way. I mean, nobody wants to see, you don't want your friends or family to get sick or, be in a situation where they can't do what they can't live a healthy, happy life. And I think that's what a lot of us need to do is we need to remember that we're also doing this to live a healthy and happy life, not only for ourselves, but for others around us, our family, our friends. It's just another thing to keep in mind as we're doing what we're doing. Again, this is why that's why I'm so grateful to have this and be able to talk to a community and feel like we have each other's backs, that we always have each other's backs, no matter what's been going on. It's weird because I've been feeling so guilty that I haven't been able to post or respond to comments. And a lot of that has been just because of how I've been feeling lately. I've been feeling very like down on myself and I don't feel 100%, but while I've been feeling this way, the one thing I've been teaching myself is, and I've said this before, is to remember to always try to outweigh the good days over the bad days. And something that I've been trying to also help myself with lately is to do something to better myself or to better the people around me or my community. And it's like having acts of kindness, right? It makes me, I don't know, there's something about it that makes me feel worthwhile. Does that make sense? Last week, I had a couple days where I did nothing, right? Like just stay in bed and just not like do what I needed to do. And then the moment I went for a walk and I saw the leaves changing color and people out and the weather has been so nice here in Chicago, it made me remember why I go for these walks. It's like a peaceful kind of thing. It also takes the hunger out of me, especially when I'm fasting. I don't think about it. And yes, I have been struggling when it comes to my refeeds, and it's something that I need to be more accountable with. And I'm going to talk about that because I think that's important. I think showing transparency for all of you and staying regularly updated with how I've been doing will be helpful for me, but it will also be helpful for this community here. Ramona, right? Oh, God, please. If I forgot, please correct me. But I'm with you, friend. I missed you last week by accident. I ate too much Halloween candy as well. We will figure this out. First of all, thank you for the generous super chat, $30 super chat. My God, thank you so much. Thank you. You guys have been so regular with these super chats as well. And I'm just so very thankful for all of you for the generous donations. Thank you for helping me offset costs. And it really does help me to continue what I'm doing. And even having this, and I'm not talking about the donations, but just everyone in chat and everyone being so kind. It just reminds me that like I'm here to not only do this for me, but for everyone as well. Ramona, thank you so much for the donation. Halloween was tough for a lot of people. I think not only Halloween, but everything else that's been going on with the pandemic and then lockdown and then the election stuff. And I know, like, and there's a ton of other things, right? But these are some big things that have been affecting people, and people usually will break a fast. They will emotionally eat. They'll do things like that to kind of offset the stress that we're feeling, the sadness that we're feeling, the loneliness that we're feeling. And you know what's so funny now that I'm thinking about it is these feelings that I've had that I still continue to have, even though they've been bad, where like I don't want to do it. Like I think about it and I'm like, well, Jerome, you're still fasting. You're still doing it. You're just you're just not on the ball with everything. You're not exercising as well as you should have been. You're not counting, or like you're being mindless with your eating. And yes, those are things that I need to correct, but at least I didn't just give up. Do you know what I mean? At least I didn't just lay in bed for the last like 7 days in a row and didn't post anything on YouTube, didn't have a session of fasting roll call. Like I'm still trying to get up and do what I need to do. And I will say these words to everybody who's watching this right now. You might be struggling, things might be tough, you might be stressed out, things might feel like you have the weight of whatever on your shoulders, but we have a community here that you can talk to, that you can leave a comment. That I've seen it in the comments. People are responding to other people. That community is growing. People are sharing their thoughts. They're trying to be there for other people. There is the Life fasting app, and there's a circle there that I had created, and I know that people are still using that. There are ways to let you know that you're not alone. And I need to always remind everybody that you are not alone. That's also why it's important for me to post regularly, to make these videos, to share my journey with you, because it's I don't know how else to put it. It's such an important part of my life, but like we're not just talking about like in I don't know how to say it. This is about us living our lives happily and healthily. And for me, this is a good way to keep doing that, because I can easily turn all of this off, lay in bed, order Grubhub, and live like that until I run out of money. And I don't want to do that again. I don't. So let me go ahead and let's actually talk about emotional eating. And I randomly just Googled this. This wasn't like nobody gave this to me or anything, but I'm just going to take snippets of this and talk about it and kind of share my feelings with it, where I'm at with it, and how I'm going to try to combat it. Why does it sound weird? So what is emotional eating? We don't always eat just to satisfy physical hunger. Many of us also turn to food for comfort, stress relief, or to reward ourselves. And when we do, we tend to reach for junk food, sweets, and other comforting but unhealthy foods. So that's me to a T. For those that don't know, I do have issues when it comes to binge eating, right? I do have issues when it comes to overeating. And even though I've explained this many times, even though I have very big refeeds at 6,000 to 7,000 calories, I eat to satiety. I eat until I'm full, but not uncomfortably full. That eating 6 to 7,000 calories might sound crazy, but for you, I'm not telling you guys that you need to do it, but you guys know what it means to eat to satiety, meaning that you can eat and be like, I'm good. I'm full. I don't need to eat anymore. So that's normally how I eat, or at least how I have been during my refeeds when I fast. Then there's the opposite side of overeating, binging. And to explain this again, how it's been for me is I don't think about what I'm eating at that point. I don't think about it. I just eat whatever. Oh, there's a bag of chips here. I'm just going to eat it until it's done. Am I full? Yes, but I'm going to eat it anyway because I don't care right now. I'm going to eat whatever I have in the fridge or whatever I have in the cabinet because I can, because I don't care right now. That's how my mindset works. And then I eat until I'm so like, I'm already uncomfortably full, but I eat it anyway because it's a weird mental thing that like I have an issue with. And those days, so even though I've had 3 bad refeeds, they haven't been that bad, but they have come to a point where I just eat more than I should. Like I know I'm full, but I'm just like, ah. Like it's a weird kind of thing. And I don't know if it's to like temporarily feel better, but I know I shouldn't be doing it. And man, when I think about it now for this last week, those refeeds have been pretty bad. I mean, the Halloween one was a little different because I was like with friends and family, with family. And, like the choices weren't the best there, but it happened. It's something that's going to happen with all of us. And I think a lot of it is just how to handle that when it happens. So it is funny though, because when we do emotionally eat, like this article says here, we don't emotionally, when I emotionally eat, it's not like, oh, let me eat 17 bananas and 6 pounds of Brussels sprouts, although that sounds really good right now. But do you know what I mean? When I emotionally eat, I'm not looking for fruits and vegetables and lean meat or whatever. I'm looking for the most processed, sugar filled, whatever kind of foods are available. That's the hard part. So emotional eating, and again, I'm not going to go through this whole thing. I just want to like share my thoughts with it, talk about it, and see if it's an issue that you guys are having, and hopefully just know that like this is where I'm at right now. It's the reason I'm talking about it. I'm at this point right now. I am eating to satiety, but then I'm pushing it to emotionally eat. So instead of cutting myself off at around 4 or 5 hours like I normally have, I've been pushing it to 6 or 7 hours, sometimes 8 hours, because I don't know why. It's just, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a great example. So my last refeed, I decided to make another pumpkin pie. I made a pumpkin cheesecake, and actually it wasn't that bad this time, but I still messed it up a little bit. Here's the thing. I made that pumpkin cheesecake, and it needed to use 2 full things of cream cheese. I used 1 regular and 1 light version of it. And then I added all the other ingredients, and I counted the calories on it, and it was over 2,000 calories. I think it was close to 2,100. And I ate about half of that, and I was full. I was full. And instead of closing my window, I kept it open. I kept it open for, I think, 7 hours that day. And then I ended up eating the other half of it. I didn't need to, but I did. And that's what I'm talking about. There was no reason to do it. Some of that was just out of emotion. Some of it was out of boredom. Some of it was just my old habits trying to creep back in. And those habits I need to stop. And actually, I'm going to take a second here. And there was a comment that somebody left. And I might make a different, like a separate video on this. But where am I at here? I not put it? Okay, I might not have it. I thought I did. Oh, okay. So what the question was specifically, how do you stop yourself from eating out of boredom? Because I think this is something that a lot of us do. We eat out of boredom. And really the first answer to that is stop looking at food as a way to cure your boredom. Like as simple as that. Don't use food to cure your boredom. Don't look at food as a way to offset you being bored at home. Look for other things that give you some kind of entertainment. I I guess that sounds, I don't mean to sound blunt, but we shouldn't look at food that way. I do look at food as pleasure. And the way I think about it lately, I've been thinking about this for quite a bit because I've been overeating and I'm just like, why am I doing it? And I'm like, do I need to like cut myself off from X, Y, and Z foods? Do I need to cut myself off from X number of calories? And the way that I thought about it was maybe what I just need to do is be more mindful about what I'm doing, which is what I was doing before. And it worked really well. And when I say mindful, I just mean like be aware of what you're putting inside you and like asking yourself if you're done, if you need to really eat more, or if you're good to go on another fast. The way I put it is it's okay to like, at least I think it's okay to get pleasure out of eating, but it doesn't have to be like that every single day. It's the way I thought about it is it's like going to an amusement park. It's a really weird analogy, but imagine I don't know. You know what I mean? It's fun to go to, but you wouldn't go every single day. You wouldn't go ride roller coasters and eat like funnel cakes every day because one, it's very expensive, but two, you have to limit that pleasure, right? And that works for anything. That's anything in life. You can't overdo it. I mean, I'm not even talking about just pleasure. Like you can't overdo exercise. You can't overdo eating the best every single day because once you start doing something like that, it becomes unsustainable and people will fail. I think that's really where I'm trying to come to terms with it. Did I miss a super? Oh, Kevin with another $5 super chat. It's weird. So used to being called quote unquote big man, and now I'm being called hey skinny, or people saying you're too skinny like my girlfriend. Yeah, Kevin, I totally relate. I hear what you're saying totally. Kevin, though, congrats on all your success. I'm so glad that you've been able to find something that's been working for you. And I'm always so glad for you to be here and share your success as well. But Kevin, also thank you for the super chat as always. Thank you so much, Kevin. Okay, so all right, let me kind of go back in here and just see if there's anything we really need to talk about. Yeah, so emotional eating is using food to make yourself feel better, which is something that happens with me, to fill emotional needs rather than your stomach. Unfortunately, emotional eating doesn't fix emotional problems. That's something that I need to remember, that emotional eating does not fix emotional problems. It doesn't. Because as soon as I finish eating, I feel like garbage. When I eat like this, when I emotionally eat, this is how I feel. And it doesn't solve the issues that I was trying to run away from in the first place. Remember, don't use food as a way to escape. Once you start using food as a way to escape and you link those two things together, that's how that cycle begins. Let's break that cycle. Because I won't say I'm in that cycle, but I feel like I'm teeter-tottering in that cycle and I need to not be there, which is why I feel very good that I'm doing this today, because I feel like it's a good way to share what's going on with me. So you know what's up, and you can kind of understand why this is just a continuation of where I was last week. I haven't fully gotten out of where I'm at. And I really intend to do so now, because I feel super motivated to really like push forward, hit my goal weight, hit the gym, just do the things that I need to do. So let's continue on here. Yeah, in fact, it usually makes you feel worse afterward. Not only does the original emotional issue remain, but you also feel guilty for overeating. So this is actually something really interesting that I saw here that I wanted to share, but this emotional eating cycle. And this is something that like I have gone through. I saw this and I'm like, yeah, I totally relate. This totally relates to me. So something upsets you. something happens that upsets you, you feel an overwhelming urge to eat. I mean, I don't know if I can speak for other people in here, but this is something that has happened to me time and time again. I get upset about something, and then I immediately think about food. That's where my head goes. I get upset or I feel stressed out, I immediately think about food. This also has to do with boredom. I think this is how people feel when they get bored. They will go right to food. They will make the direct connection of food afterwards. I'm bored. I have nothing to do. What should I do? I should eat.
I don't understand.
Sorry. Google. I'm waiting for it to stop.
Nothing's playing right now.
Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sometimes it goes off. Okay. So something happens that upsets you. You feel an overwhelming urge to eat, and then you eat more than you know you should. And that's what's been happening with me. I've been eating more than I know I should. I've been eating past satiety. I've been pushing my feeding window longer than it needs to be. Instead of the 4 to 5 hours, I've been pushing it to 6 to 7. Literally almost doubling that time just to get more food in for no real reason except to just eat. And then you feel guilty and powerless over the food, which is what happens. And then this cycle happens again. I saw this and I'm like, wow, that's just, I just relate. Emotional hunger can't be filled with food. Eating may feel good in the moment, but the feelings that triggered the eating are still there. You often feel worse than you did before because of the unnecessary calories you've just consumed. You beat yourself for messing up and not having more willpower. Compounding the problem, you stop learning healthier ways to deal with your emotions. You have a harder and harder time controlling your weight, and you feel increasingly powerless over both food and your feelings. But no matter how powerless you feel over food and your feelings, it's possible to make a positive change. And that's what we're talking about here today, is trying to get past a lot of these feelings and associating it with food. It's something that I'm still working on. I don't have an answer I don't have like a clear-cut direct answer that will solve everyone's problems, because I'm currently having this issue as well. But here are some of the things that have been helping me when it comes to emotional eating, feeling guilty about overeating, and trying to stop that cycle from continuing over and over and over. So some of the things that I've noticed as I have been having these issues is I've been trying to like log mentally where I've been. Like I lay in bed, I'm like, I don't feel good. Like life doesn't seem right. I don't feel right. And that kind of came in like peaks and valleys, right? Because there were some days I felt bad and then some days I felt better. And the days I felt better, I noticed, was when I would get up and I would go for a walk and just be outside of this apartment. Like I put my mask on, whatever, but sometimes being in here, maybe it's just because of COVID, the fact that like I haven't really just been around people. And like I love this apartment, don't get me wrong. I love this place. I love where I'm at, but it's so much time in here by myself, editing videos, working those 16-hour days. And that's something I've been trying to fix. And so I've been telling myself I need to be outside or not be in here for at least 2 hours of the day. And that's what I've been doing. I've been just getting myself out there. Even if I don't feel like doing it, I get out there because I just cannot stay in here all day. I know that if I do, I think for me, it's a trigger. So while this might work for me, it might not work for you, but I'm just trying to like tell you guys what's been helping me. The other thing that I know has been helpful is the accountability part, which is doing what I'm doing right now, putting myself out there, letting you know what's going on with my life and how I'm going to correct it and how I'm going to move forward and how I'm going to like get past a lot of this stuff. That's the one thing I want to like continue doing, is be more accountable, give you more updates of where I'm at, where my weight's at. Maybe that's something I need to do more, is like share a lot of that, is to like just be more accountable with my actions and share that part of my life with you. I wouldn't have had all the success losing weight. I mean, I did a lot of it alone, but I know I was reaching a breaking point, and starting this channel and being accountable was a very good way for me to help. And maybe that'll be for you as well. And I'm not saying that you need to start a channel. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, feel free, or like post on Instagram or whatever, but maybe all you need is other people to share your story with. Share that story with somebody else. Let somebody know that you're going through something, that you want to be accountable. And like, you can just find somebody here in the chat, in the comments. I mean, and I'm not trying to plug, but like, I also offer coaching if you need that. But that's also what this is. Like, being in here right now is giving yourself accountability. Being in here right now is giving yourself accountability. You're putting yourself out there as well. You're making yourself vulnerable. You're letting people know that, hey, I'm in XYZ position. I'm doing well. I'm not doing so well. This week was better. I've had a lot of really good weeks. You guys have seen it. Almost month after month, I've seen nothing but success in my weight loss journey. And I think this is the really big first, no, this is the second time. The one time I ended up binging, and I talked about that. I had a video on that. But this week in particular is the longest stretch of not feeling 100% in the longest time. And I'm ready to stop that. And that's why, like, I'm talking about the things to do to curb a lot of that. Did I miss a super chat? Ferdinand is losing it. With a $10 super chat. Ferdinand, thank you so much. Ferdinand is also a patron member. So thank you. Thank you for all the support. It's still hard for me since I've been breaking my own rules lately. Don't give up. Don't give in. Make good habits before you make bad ones. Fight on. I love that. Ferdinand, thank you, first of all, so much for the support. But that makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. And that's the thing is so, like, when Ferdinand talks about breaking your rules, it's going to happen. Like, don't fool yourself. You can give yourself rules, but like, when people sometimes tell themselves, I'm going to fast for X amount of days or X amount of hours, and if that doesn't work out, you can't beat yourself up over it. And Ferdinand says it, don't give up, don't give in. Make good habits before you make bad ones. I love that. Ferdinand, first of all, again, thank you for the support, but thank you for saying that. This is a great way to motivate each other. And making good habits is something that, like, it's weird because, right, I was at 126.2 10 days ago, and right now I'm 10 pounds over. Again, I know that's not 10 pounds of real fat or whatever, but I'm way higher than I need. I'm way higher than I have been in a while. Like, yes, I hit that number when I refeed, but that usually goes down right away, and it hasn't. That curve has been going up, and it's very annoying. It's very frustrating for me. And I was so close to hitting 125. Like, I know that a lot of people who watch me, you look at me and you're just like, Jerome's got this. It's going to be automatic. Or at least it feels that way. But here I am sharing this down part of my journey. And it's a little embarrassing. I hate to say it, but it's embarrassing for me. I feel like in a lot of ways, I do feel guilty. I feel like I let you guys down. And I know that I shouldn't think that way. And I know that I haven't responded to that last video or the last stream, but like, I read so many of the comments, and you guys are so, it's just wonderful to see how supportive all of you are. It really means the world to me. And I just, that's what I mean about having a community that's able to share this kind of stuff, because I never had anyone to share this stuff with before. And that kind of accountability, that kind of like vulnerability just makes it For me, it makes me want to do more. It makes me want to do more to better myself, but to like help other people. And I think somebody left that in the comments as well, is like Jerome, like, look at what you've been doing. You've been able to help people. And like, yeah, I don't want to stop that. I would rather help people than lay in bed and like sulk and be where I used to be. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in that position. So, okay. I don't know what else was in this article, but I don't think we're going to like go through all of this. I don't even think. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that might be relevant, but there's a part here that says identify your emotional eating triggers. The first step in putting a stop to emotional eating is identifying your personal triggers. What situations, places, or feelings make you reach for the comfort of food? Most emotional eating is linked to unpleasant feelings, but can also be triggered by positive emotions, such as rewarding yourself for achieving a goal or celebrating a holiday or event. I didn't think about that either, is that, yeah, it can kind of go both ways. The fact that like friends are going out to eat or drink, and that might be a trigger for you. And if it is a trigger for you, then you need to put steps in place to prevent that from like crossing that line or overdoing it. So I know for some people, they just completely stay away from it, right? They don't eat certain foods. They're on a specific kind of diet. For me, mine's a little different. I just fast. So on days that I can't eat or don't eat, I just don't. For me, I think the harder part now is just telling myself that I need to stop, or I'm overdoing it. And I think as long as we keep our mind open about it, that we know it's happening, that we can like tell ourselves like, hey, I'm in this situation. I need to like have XYZ plans in place, your plan B, your backup plan, whatever you want to call it. You need to have something in place to make sure that you don't overdo it. It's weird because I really didn't think I was going to be in this situation again, or at least for like a week long, 3 refeeds in a row. And I refeed again tomorrow. And my plan for tomorrow is I'm going to record myself. It's just going to be an episode of Breakfast. So you're not going to see me eat everything I'm going to be eating. But when I film myself, I think there's a little more accountability. I'm able to handle things a little better because I know it's on video. The last couple of refeeds, I haven't counted anything, or at least to a T. And I just feel like that accountability it's weird because it's like when nobody's watching, like you can do what you want. I don't know. Does anyone else feel that way? Is like when you're at home and like, let's say no one's around and you're eating whatever, nobody's there to stop you. Nobody's there to say you shouldn't eat all that or whatever. And I've been in that situation many times. I mean, I've been in that situation recently during my last refeeds. And it's not a good feeling to put yourself there. So I don't really know where else I was going with that, but just thought I'd share. Okay, so I have all right, let me see where I'm at here, because I had other questions that I figured I would go over. They were actually questions related to my last video. And it's just, again, to like, I want to thank everybody for all the comments that you put in the last video, on the last stream. You guys have been so supportive, and I would have never imagined the support being the way it is. So I just want to thank everybody for having my back, because the same reason that I try to reply to everybody or try to be there for people is I want to have your back too, as much as I can. So Juan de la Cruz so I went through a couple questions in the comments over the last week and said, what is your sleeping pattern like? Are you getting more than 6 hours of sleep or less? Good sleep usually puts everything back into balance. Lack of sleep will mess you up. And my sleep hasn't been good. It really hasn't. I don't even know if I've been getting 6 hours lately. I've been getting a lot of broken sleep. A big reason is this TV back here. I just keep it on, and it's something I normally don't do, but I've been keeping it on just because I don't know. Like my sleeping pattern's been really off, and it's something that I've been trying to fix. And I don't even think I've been getting 6 lately. A lot of everything's been kind of off because of the way I've been eating. And like, that's where I've been trying to get my good habits back in, right? I want to like make sure that I get my habits back under control. Ramona with another super chat. Jerome, don't be embarrassed. I love the human side of you, but more so than that, I love your transparency. Ramona, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the $10 super chat. We fasters, we get it. You still have a level of control because you're consistently fasting. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for, I know. And I know that I know that I shouldn't be embarrassed, but it's hard, right? Like I have 3,500 subscribers on YouTube, and I feel like I know that I don't owe, X, Y, and Z to people. I keep saying X, Y, and Z. I'm sorry if I sound very repetitive tonight, but I still feel like I have a duty, especially with what I've been doing, and like provide an example and let people know. What's interesting is like, and I don't mean to really talk about this and bring this up, but I watched a video from Mariah Vittoria. I had a video about her, saying that she was one of my inspirations. And Mariah talked about, she had a video where she talked about people who fasted. And she's like, you ever notice when people don't fast or like they're off their game, you don't see them on YouTube anymore. She was talking about people who fast and who do YouTube or social media. And she was right. I watched that. I'm like, that's me. I mean, even before this channel, I have another tech channel, and every time I would start to gain weight, I would be gone. I stopped doing YouTube. I was having so much success on my other channel, but because I was like binge eating and I couldn't control my weight and I felt like awful, I left. And then I would be gone for months, and like my subscriber base never understood. Like, how do I explain that to people? How do I explain that to tech YouTube or a tech community? Maybe some people would understand, but I feel like most people, they wouldn't, they're there for specific content. And even though I knew that it didn't matter where I was at in weight, I was always embarrassed. And when I watched Mariah talk about that, I was like, she's right. Because like I haven't posted regularly this week because I've been just super busy. It has a little to do with how I've been feeling, but I have like 4 separate jobs at this point, and it's very hard to keep up with everything. But I do want to post, even if it just means like me doing like a small vlog. Maybe I'll do that. I'll just have like other videos that are like small vlogs that are just giving you guys an update of what's going on in my life. Anyway, yeah, when Mariah said that, I told myself, Jerome, you don't want to put yourself in that situation. You don't want to put yourself in that, like, because I don't need to put myself there. First of all, I shouldn't overeat that way because I need to keep my health in check. And then secondly, like I've just come so far. I just need to get back into the habit of what I've been doing. So, but yes, sleep is such a huge part of what I need to be doing. And hopefully like I can get myself back to that point. So Amy Zora also left a comment and says, and so these were comments that were like directly related to like how I've been feeling lately. Like with my like bouts of depression and like, so Amy says, I think you should challenge yourself to 24-hour fasts for like a week and eat 2,500 calories max, maybe. even if you went back to maintain 135 pounds, I think you'd be happier. These long-term fasts, aren't they isolating? So I'll just get to this end part here. Me fasting I don't feel isolated. I don't feel alone when I fast. I don't feel like I like fasting. To me, I think fasting helps reset my body. It helps reset my palate. There's so many benefits when it comes to fasting. I have this idea for a video where I talk about all the little things that benefit me from fasting that most people don't talk about. Like I don't get hot as often. The AC doesn't run as often, like things like that. That's actually what I was going to make a video about. Like the unexpected things that I didn't notice about. Like, did you guys know? I've never shared this. I probably will when I make that video, but I had to buy a shoe size. I had to go down a shoe size, not a half a size. Because I lost so much weight, and I didn't realize that like part of the extra weight was on my feet. Same thing with my hat. Same thing with my watch. Like the watch I knew, but like my hat, I've always had a big head. I don't know. I mean, I think I have a big head. I feel like I do, but I've had to keep adjusting the back of my snapback hats because like my head has just gotten smaller. Something unexpected I didn't realize was part of it. Anyway, things like that. So now the part here where it says challenge myself to 24-hour fasts for like a week. Actually, what I've been considering is very soon, I am going to switch to 42-hour fasts. Whether or not I hit 125 pounds. I'm going to talk about my birthday here because someone said something about my birthday, but December 3rd is my birthday. And on that day is when I'm going to switch to 24-hour. I'm going to switch to 42-hour fasts. I am going to limit my calories. I'm going to go for as long as I can doing that and seeing if I am able, because I think I need to. It might just be an experimentation, but I really need to. I think I need to learn to feed at around like 4,500 calories, maybe a little more. Depends on the weight. Depends how I feel. And then fast every other day. Essentially do alternate day fasting. And it's the point where I need to come anyway. But yeah, I think I might do that just to switch it up and do something different and see how that makes me feel as well. And then share that with you. That's the thing about what we do is, and that's the thing that I've been always wanting to share as well. Wow, we're already at the hour here and I still have a good amount to go over, but we'll spend a little more time. I didn't think I was going to actually discuss this much, but the one thing I wanted to share is like what we do is not set in stone, right? I think this is the issue that people have when it comes to fasting is they think that like, oh, you fast, you only eat twice a week, so you're going to eat twice a week for the rest of your life. Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on the person. Like eventually I was eating once a week and then I was eating twice a week for the longest time. And now I eat 3 times a week and soon I'm going to eat 4 times a week. But that might change depending on everything that's going on. I just want people to understand that like whatever hour you give yourself doesn't mean that you have to do that forever. That's why like I don't sit here and give you a specific guide of what hourly interval you need to fast at. You need to find out what works for you. You need to find out what gives you success, but not only what gives you success, but what makes it enjoyable, what makes it worthwhile doing, what you can do for the rest of your life. I'm going to circle back with what I was talking about earlier with Mariah. So Mariah was talking about how, so she feels very differently about fasting now, which is fine. Like everyone has their own journey and they need to figure out what works for them. So Mariah isn't big on fasting and she talks about how she's like, look at all the fasting YouTubers, they're gone or they don't do it anymore because it's just not sustainable. I want to be that person that lets everyone know that it is sustainable. this is something that can work for a long period of time, if not, at least for me, the rest of my life. I don't see myself eating 3 times a week. I don't see myself eating 3 times a day, 5 times a day, even 2 times a day. Like if it came down to eating once a day and doing OMAD, if I could actually really restrict my calories, then maybe. But fasting will always be a part of my life. And right now, doing 65-hour fasts is sustainable for me. It has been very successful for me for the longest time. And even though I've been struggling this last week, it's just for a week. And today was a very good day. I went out for a 2-hour walk. I did laundry. I did like 2 loads of laundry. I cleaned my apartment. I was like getting back into the groove of just like being back on routine. And then I'm sitting here talking to the community, and it feels good. It really does. I think about my mental state sometimes, and how I feel down and I don't feel 100%. And even though I think some of that might be, I don't know, hormonal or whatever is going on, um, I think a lot of that can also be solved with, at least for me, with speaking, like sharing my story and sharing how I'm feeling, and knowing that I have people that I can talk to. And that goes both ways for anyone that's in here. Is again, like we're in here with a community of people that can like talk to each other and share these kind of things, and try to find some progress in what we're doing, because this is more than just fasting. Like this fasting is just a very small part of what we do, because it also depends on like, well, how's your diet? Like, are you okay mentally? Like, are you happy with what you're doing? Like, it all plays a part. I think that's a thing that people might not understand when it comes to like seeing these fasting channels. It's like, we're not just random people that don't eat for hours or days. Like, we're regular people that have lives, that have feelings, that like, it is not just a one like solution thing. There's no quick fix. There's no like, I did this for 10 days and that, like, no, it doesn't. There's so much more to it. There's the exercise part of it, right? There's just like, we're people. We're people. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, again, to answer Amy here, when she says challenge yourself to 24-hour fasts, I will eventually do 42 hours. So like, I might not do 24, but 42. Nissa Melton, recently new subscriber here. Thank you for being transparent about your struggles. Thank you, Nissa. So Nissa says, have you ever considered you may be a highly sensitive person? So like, I'm very, I'm very sensitive. And I think I would have never admitted that in the past, but I do get, sometimes things just affect me differently. Sometimes I overthink things. Sometimes when someone does something, I think, did they do that like nefariously? Did they have some kind of like agenda of doing? And sometimes like later on, when I, like, even with a text, you ever get a text from someone and then you like read into it too much and you overthink, and they're just like, no, I didn't. I get that way. And I don't know if, I mean, I think I might be old skin as well. Anyway, so Nissa says here, you seem to be emotionally intelligent and creative. I appreciate that, Nissa. Thank you for saying that. HSPs, which is a highly sensitive people, often turn to food as a means of mediating feelings at an early age. That's really interesting, and I don't know how much truth there is to that, but that is very interesting. I do use food. I still use food as a coping mechanism, and even though I know it's not the right coping mechanism, it's still something that I deal with, and something that I am hoping to, well, I feel like I've figured a lot of it out. It's just trying to figure out how to make those bad days, like the week I've been having, how to like push that away and say, all right, let's move on. Let's get back into the groove of things. And then I just have some random like questions that people asked over the week. What is the timer you're using, Susan Brown? I don't, just for anyone that wonders, I use the Zero app. That's what I use for my fasting app. It's not the best app. I think it needs a couple fixes, but I like it. I think it's aesthetically pleasing. And Charisma asked this question, and so this question gets asked a lot. I may have missed the answer to this question, but did you have loose skin after the weight loss? The answer is yes. I have loose skin in a good number of places. I still have loose skin even after almost 14 months of doing this. I don't know if it's ever going to get better. Maybe some of it, especially after I start really going to the gym and like lifting weights. That's an exciting part of something that I've been wanting to do, and maybe that'll help with that as well. But yeah, so I do have loose skin, just an FYI. And then Ingrid, I don't know if Ingrid's still in here, but Ingrid left this comment that says, "Happy birthday, Jerome. I've been working the past few Sunday evenings. I sure do miss the live streams, but I'll be present soon. Happy birthday." I don't know. I don't know where I hopefully I didn't say it was my birthday is December 3rd. So it hasn't passed or it hasn't come yet, but just an FYI, Ingrid, my birthday isn't, it hasn't arrived yet. In how long is that? 3 weeks? A little less than a month. So, okay, where am I at here? I think that actually might be it for today. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I need to talk about, but I think I have everything that I wanted to put up. So really quick, what I'm going to start doing, what my plan is now is I'm just going to keep continuing what I'm doing, but I want to show a little more accountability, which means that I need to be a little more active on Instagram and Twitter and post more regular videos of what I'm doing. So I am always transparent. I know I'm transparent, but like I feel like I need to update more. And I need to figure out how to do that without spending too much time with what I do. I'm going to figure that out this week. For anyone that's wondering though, if you do want to get like other random updates, so you can follow me at Finally Fasting. I mean, it's up here, but Finally Fasting. And then I just have like, just show other videos or show like other updates of what's going on. But I also have a Twitter, and I'm going to start using this more to just like talk about like random things that are going on with me and like where I'm at. So feel free to follow me there as well. And then also for anybody that wants like a little more content or wants to support in a different way, I do have a Patreon, and you can go to patreon.com. Where is it here? /Finally Fasting. I do have other perks for like coaching if people want to do like coaching sessions, and you can find all of that here as well. I do provide like some like other exclusive like behind the scenes content, and it's something I'm actually going to ramp up more as time goes on. What did I want to put in here though? There was something else I wanted to mention and I can't remember. Oh, the one thing that I'm going to start doing for Patreon members starting this month actually is for people who are in a certain tier. I'm going to do a once a month live stream, which is like, it might be like this, but more of like a casual thing where we just sit and talk and people can ask questions. And I don't know, maybe add you guys in if you ever want to like come in on the stream, or I have to think. And I mean, it's only going to be for those members, but anyway, you can check that out at patreon.com /Finally Fasting. It is just a way to support. I need to stop saying a lot. I have such a hard time with that, and I need to be better about that. Otherwise, There I go again. Everybody, that is going to be it for today. We ran a little longer. Hopefully, I didn't back you up when it comes to other work or anything else that's happening tonight. But I want to thank everybody for stopping by today. I will go through all the chat. I know there are people in chat here. I'm so very thankful for everybody. And I want to be somebody that you guys can look up to if you need any kind of help when it comes to figuring this out. I know that I say to like leave a comment, and I mean it, because I will try to get through what I can. You can also DM me. It has been very hard in the last couple of days. I've kind of just turned off some of that stuff, because not turned it off, but just like put it aside for now, because I've been trying to figure this life out and how to stop being in this funk that I'm in. But I can see the light, right? I'm digging myself out of it. And today was a very good day for me. And I hope that continues. So I do want to thank all my patrons, everybody who supported in the super chat, everyone who sent super chats and super stickers and donated and supported. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Everybody in chat sharing their story, sharing, like being vulnerable, and even just showing support to other people. Thank you for being here for that. I think, yeah, I'm one person and I can only do so much, but for other people here who have found success or who need just some extra support, please look at other people in chat, create that community, create that kind of like leaning on each other for help moving forward with what you're doing. I want people to find success with what they do. I want people to enjoy what they do. I think that's the thing that I want to keep drilling down is I want you to look at this not as something that's super hard to do, but it's just a way of life. Whether you're fasting for 16 hours or 23 or doing 36s or more, it's a way of life that shouldn't be daunting. It shouldn't like make you feel awful all the time, but it should also give you that challenge if you want it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like if you regularly do 23s, but one day you want to do a 36 and challenge yourself, then you have that challenge and then you go back to your 23s. You need to find what works for you. And I hope you can. And that's it. That's all I got. So I am going to start playing the outro here, but I will have more videos later this week. Thank you everybody for stopping by today, and I will see you soon. Bye guys. Have a good one. Take care.